I'm Diana Stinson, and this is a tutorial on Photoshop layering. First of all, I have Photoshop already open. I have a picture of a tree I took last fall. It is labeled the background layer because I just opened it and began working on it. You can't change the stacking order, the blending mode, or opacity of a layer if it's the background layer. So in order to work with it in layers, it's better to double click on it, and when the dialog box opens, you can give it a name or you can name it later, but I'm going to name this tree and click OK. This will make this a normal layer that I can apply other effects to. To create another layer, you can click on Create a New Layer, and I'm going to name this layer by double clicking on the name of the layer. I'm going to name it Blue, and use the Paint Bucket tool in my tool palette. Change the foreground color to blue. Choose the new color. I'm going to click OK, and now if I click on the workspace, I can change that layer because it is the active layer, and I changed it to blue. I'm going to apply some opacity, or decrease the opacity to around 25%, and change the blending mode to soft light. These options are on the Layers palette. Okay, I'm going to make a new layer and use another method. I'm going to click the Layer menu, click New Layer, and this one I'm going to name it Red. I can use some of the other tools. This will just make the layer on the layer palette have a color. It could be like color coded. This mode, the blending mode, will you can apply it before you actually close the new layer dialog box, and I'm going to make it about 25%, and click OK. I need to change the fill color, or the foreground color, to red, and I'll click in the red on the color picker. I'm going to click OK. Now the paint bucket should turn that layer red. Since I've already applied the opacity, you can see that it's already set to soft light for the blending mode. The opacity is 25%. Now to restack the layers, I can click on one, hold down the left mouse button and drag it wherever the line is. That's where it will be. So I've reordered the blue and red. I'm going to move the tree layer up, and now it only has the blue tint on top. To change the visibility, I can click on the eye, and it turns off a layer. To do anything to a layer, I must select it first. I drag this one up, and you can see what the tree looks like with the red. And I'm going to turn on blue. Now if I want to work on the tree picture, I can click on that layer, and I'm going to use the patch tool. Let's see. To try to remove the date. I have to change the source. Okay, I'm going to try that one more time. I had to line up the little fence there. Okay, or change tools and click. Alright, I'm finished working on that layer, and now I'm going to conclude this tutorial of working with layers. Thank you for your time.